So as we are proceeding towards classes, we had seen certain classes and we had imported certain module. In a similar way, we are having certain modules present inside Python or Anaconda, you can say. That one is a date time. If we want to work with certain date and time, so there is a special module present with a date and time inside the Python there. Okay, so let's see that module now. So basically, if I want to work with any date and time in Python, so I can just call that date and time module. Good evening, good evening. So for that, I can just import that particular module to get the current date and time. That one is the import date time. So you can call import date time. This one is present inside Python. This one is present inside Anaconda. Now, see, if I say there is one of the module date time, inside this date time, there are certain classes are there. So generalize, there are 4 classes inside the date time. One is date time class. So means inside the date time model, there is one of the date time classes there. Another one is a time class. There's a one more class, that was the third class. That one is a date class. And there is one more time delta. So basically, inside the date time module, there are 4 classes in Python: date time class, date class, and time delta class. So with the help of these date and time classes, we can see the current date and time, and collectively date and time also we can see it here. Means individual date and individual time, and collective date and time also we can see it here. So inside this date and time, different classes which is which are existing here, they are having corresponding certain functions as well as attribute. So inside this date time, there is one of the functions such as now function. Now function is present to tell the current date and time. Now means tell the present or current date and time, whichever is existing in your system. So here, just to run it, so if I want to make any date and time here, so here what I can do, I can see this date and time. So I will be calling this import date and time here, import date and time module here, so that all the availability of date, time, date, time delta classes will be available onto the Jupyter. So here I'm just running this date and time. Now, inside the date and time module, there is one of the class date time. So if I want to run this particular class and I want to see what is the current date and time, so I can use one of the method, now method, which is present inside the date time class. So simply I can call it here date time module dot date time class dot now function. So I'm just calling it here, and if I'm running it here, it is going to give me today's date and time. So whatever is today's date and time present in your system, so correspondingly, it is just going to give to you. Just like if I say 10 September 2023 and whatever time is present, just like it is present just hours, minutes, and seconds. Okay. So basically now function is going to give you today's date and time, right? Now, inside this, suppose here, I want to get today's date only, no time. I want to get today's date only, no time here. So here, like, there is one of the class here, date class. So inside the date class, there is one of the method, today method. So if I will be using this today method here, so simply I need to call module name dot class name dot method. So date time dot date dot today. So it means tell me what is the today's date. So for that, if I need it, so simply I will be calling it here date time dot date dot today. So if I run it, if I execute it, it is going to give me that today is 9 September 2023. Okay. So here the format which is taking by default format it is taking here year, month, and the day. YYMMDD. This one is the default format it is going to take it here. Okay. So in this way, we can write it here, right? So to get the today's date and time, we can use the now function from this date time class. And if you want to get the today's date only, so we can use the date class. From there, I can call the today's function. All these date time or date classes are present inside the date time module, which I had already imported here. Import date time here. The second, suppose there are basically inbuilt. Suppose I take date time classes there. Sorry, date time module is there. Inside there, date class is there. So inside this date class, there are basically few attributes are there, such like if I say year, month, or the day. So if I want to give some values to this year, month, or the day, okay, any value if I want to give it as the initialization. So here I can pass it into the constructor. So I'm just calling this import date time class. And here I'm calling this date. And inside it, I'm just passing the year, month, and the day value. Any year, any day. So year, month, and the day, I'm just passing it here. So it means I'm passing it into the constructor. So these value will be settled down automatically into the year, month, and the day. And here it is representing it. So it means that if I want to call any class from the module, so I can just call the module name and its class name. Module name and the class name, I can call it. I can pass on the parametric values. Now, suppose I only want to call selective class. I do not want to call entire class. I want to call only selective class. So what I can do, I can give the module name such like from date time. So give the from module name and whichever class I want to call it, simply I will call it with the import and the class name I can give it here. Okay. So suppose date class is there, directly also I can call it. And now if I want to initialize it, so simply I can just write here date and the correspondingly year, month, and the day you can fill it here. Just like I filled it, any day, any year, any month, or any day you can fill it here. So that will be settled down into the constructor. Okay, so these are the ways that how to call the module, how to call the classes, how to fill up the constructor values here. In a similar way, like here, inside the date time module, like here there is a date class is there, and here there are certain predefined attributes such as year, month, or the day are there. So correspondingly, there is one of the function also, today function. So if I want to see the today's date, I can just call the today's function here. So here I'm just filling up the values of the year, month, and the day. Okay. So here now, here I'm doing that. Okay. Now suppose here I want to call that what is the today's date. So if I'm using this code, means here if whenever from a module I want to call a single class, so I can call from module name, import that class, and I can start using that class. And if I want to call any function of that class, so simply I can give the class name and the function name. So here date dot today, I'm just calling. So I'm saying, okay, tell me what is the today's date. Today's date. So if I click it here, it is going to give me today's date. So here, oh, I need to call it here, call it here, call it here. Now it is going to give me. And here I'm going to run it. So basically what it is doing it here, I'm going to call here from module name, import a particular class name here. Here I'm settling down the value of year, month, and the day. These are the predefined attribute inside it. So here all the values are settled. If I want to use the today's function, so class name dot function name I'm just calling, and if I'm running it here, it is just giving me today's date. So remember, if I need today's date, so simply I can just click use the function here, today's function inside the date, and I can get the today's date. Now, if I want to drag out this year, month, and the day, so there are predefined attribute inside this date. So I can just simply write here, td is the instance I created, td.year, td.month, or td.day. So what it will do, it is going to extract the exact day. Sorry, this one is a year. So it is going to extract the year just by td.year. It is going to extract the month also, td.month, and here it is going to extract the date also. Okay. So in this way, we can just drag out the dates, right? So remember that whenever I want to call any dates here, whenever I want to call, whenever I want to use any date time functionalities, I can just use this date time where I can just call import date time class. From there, date time module, date time class, and now function I'm going to use it. That inside the now function, we can access all the date and the time. So basically inside the Python, there is a date time module. Inside the date time module, there are predefined classes such as 4 predefined classes are there, such as date, time, date time class, and time delta class. These are the basically 4 classes are present inside the date time. Whenever I want to use any of them, I can simply call that. Suppose I want to use this date, I simply call it here. I need to call that import date time. And if I want to use this date class, simply I need to call date time dot date and internal function. If today is the internal function, simply I will write it here. Module name date time dot date dot today. If here inside the date time, there is one of the function here now. Now function is going to give me entire date time. What is the date and what is the time? So I can use the now functionality inside this date time. So I'm going to call it here module name dot class name dot function name. So module name dot class name dot function name, I can call it, and I can find out what is the today's date and what is the today's time. Means current date and time, I can find it out in this way. Whenever I want to find out a specific date and time only, so in that case here, I need to call a specific module name, then import class name here, and simply I can call the class, and the internal attributes I can fill it, year, month, and the date value, I can fill it any value, so that constructor could be filling out all these values inside this attributes here. Inside this date class, year, month, and the day, there is one of the function, today function is there. And if I want to call this today function, I can see the today's date, only date, not more than it. So here I can just use the class name and the function name. So here it is going to give me what is the today's date. So it is going to capture the date from your current system. Now, if I want to drag out the values from this date, specifically, I want to drag out the year, month, or the day. So simply I will write here td, this one is the instance I had created. So td.year, so it is going to drag out the year from here. td.month, it is going to drag out the month. td.day, it is going to drag out the day as well here. Okay. Fine. There is one more class is present here. That one is the time. So if I want to work onto the time here, so I can just call the time here. Inside the time class here, by default, there are 3 attributes are there, such as hour, minute, and the second as well. This one is there. And one more is there, that one is a local time. Local time is also there. This is a function inside it. So if I want to call this time, so I can just call from date time, import time. From date time, import time. So from this date time module, just to import the time, here I'm making the instance of that time here. A is an instance. Okay. Does not matter here. So, but what has happened? Because see, can you see here time is there, but here when I'm just calling this time, I have not filled anything. So though inside the time, there are attributes such as hour, minute, and the second. So I had left it blank. I not given any value of any hour, minutes, or the seconds. So when I'm printing this print A, you are getting the value 0. 0 means here I had not filled up any value into the constructor. No hour, no seconds, no minutes I had given it. So that's why it is just giving you 0. 0 means there's nothing I had filled it. Okay, so by default it is going to take 0. But now second time, I'm filling this time, hour, minutes, and the second attributes. So any value randomly, I'm just filling with the hour, minutes, and the seconds inside the second instance of the time. So here I just filled up, and whatever value of the hour, minutes, and the second I have filled up, so that will be adjusted into the hour, minutes, and the second attributes. So here the values are adjusted automatically. If I want to drag a specifically hour, minute, or seconds from this time, so simply I can give the instance name and the hour, b.minute, b.second. So here I'm just dragging out the specific hours, minutes, and the second as well. Now, if I want to see the local time here, suppose here I want to see the local time here. So there is one of the, no, just one time. Okay, that means, okay. There's a specific module here, one of the module here, that one is a time only times. Directly I'm calling it here, import time, and there is one of the function inside it, local time. So here it is going to give you the local time, whatever is the current local time. So it is going to give you whatever is the year, whatever is the, I can say, inside local time, it is going to give you certain extra information, the year, just here, just wait here, wait here, wait. Like here, it will give the information in this way, year, month, and the day, and whatever is the hour, minute, second, what is the weekday, okay, and entire rotation of the year also, it is just detecting it here. So in this way, it is just giving me the local time. So this one is also one of the presence of time module. Okay, there is one more, date time. See, as I told you, like when date time is there, inside date time is one of the class, like one is date class, one is time class, one is date time also. Okay, inside this date and time, because it will take both of the things, means date and time as well. So it is going to take date means it is going to take year, month, and the day. Means that is corresponding to date, as well as it is going to take it for time also. So for the time here, it is going to take it for the hour, minutes, and the second here. So if I want to fill year, month, and the date, and the hour, minutes, and the second also, that one I want to fill up. So how can I do that? Simply I will write from date time, import date time, means here from date time, import date time here. Okay. Right. From date time, import date time. So from this model, I'm going to call this class. And here I'm filling up the values of what? Year, month, and the day. So only these three values I'm going to fill up. I'm not filling this hour, minutes, and the second. So only three values I'm going to fill up: year, month, and the day. So these values are being filled up. So here we can see when we are looking the output here, only date is going to fill up. Time is totally 0. And at the same time, if I want to fill up inside the date time, year, month, and the date, as well as hour, minute, and the second also. So it means I'm giving entire date and entire time, any date or any time one can fill it. So I can just fill up all the values at once also. Now here, suppose I want to drag out the year only. So simply I will give here a dot year. I want to drag out month, so a dot month. And if I want to drag out day, so a dot day. So what does it mean here? I'm just going to drag out that the instance is being built up, and from here I'm just drag out all these particular attributes, year, month, and the day. Here I'm going to drag it out. So these values I'm dragging it out. It means through these functions, I'm just dragging out year, month, and the day from the dates. At the same time, if I want to drag out here date and time, so here, if I want to drag entire values, let's say month, day, year, hours, minutes, seconds, so all these things I want to drag it out. So simply I can take one of the class, fill entire values of the year, month, and the day, hour, minutes, and the second, everything we are filling up here. Okay, and then if I want to drag them, so there are attributes inside this date and time. So simply I can use those attributes to drag out here. That here, B is one of the instance of date time I created. Now I want to drag this data. I want to drag this data. I want to drag this data. So what are the attributes? These are the year, month, and the date. So simply I can just call B dot year, this year, B dot month. So I can drag out this month, B dot date, so I can drag out this date, B dot hour, so I can drag out the hour, B dot minutes, so I can drag out the minutes, B dot second, I can drag out the second. So it means each and every values we can drag it out wherever required. Okay, so these are the few date and time functionalities are present here through which we can drag out this data. So these are very smaller things I'm telling you, like here, very small things here, that how we can work with the different modules, different classes, and correspondingly attributes and the functions, how we can track it. These are very small things I'm telling you. So you can do these things on your own now. Okay, good. See here, actually, no. I'll tell you one thing. Suppose you're saying that can you use this date time dot now? Let me tell you one thing, first of all, that you want to use that is okay. But from where you are dragging it out, actually, no, for this one, that will work, but this will start looking from where it is going to drag it out. So what you need to import date time module, because there the details are written. Then here now to run it, you need to write date time module. Then inside date time, there's a date time class. So you have to write date time class, date time module dot date time class dot now. If one is running it here, A, then it will work it. This is one way. Another way is, suppose you want to write only up to here. So for that, second case is going to be run. You need to call it in a way from date time. This is a module. Import date time class. Then you can use up to here only. Means you need to think it. Then you can write here. Now it will work. Only single statement will work. Means from where you are calling what. So otherwise it will start throwing that from where is the source actually. So that you can do that here. Okay. Amit, Kumar here, the place where you are writing now, this is the place from where you can chat it. Me or my team will be telling you. Okay, so I will tell you what is the time delta class right now, not later on I'll tell you. because it needs certain more processes. But here I'm just introducing you, there's a time delta class, which will be conveying you the difference between the two timings here. But for that, I need certain extra codes here so that when I'm proceeding with certain another module, so there I'm going to tell you for that one here. Okay, is it okay? So later on, I'll do that. Just you need to wait for that one because it needs certain more other things also. Certain more codes it needs it. But here, up to here, it is okay now. You can do this, all these things, small things on your own. You're confident now. You can do these codes on your own. Very smaller codes are there now. You can do it. Okay. Okay. Time. I had told you right now, time delta class is one of the class which tells the difference between the two timings. But how to write it, that I will tell you later on. Reason, it needs certain more extra codes that I will be giving you in future. I'll automatically give it. Don't worry. Whatever I'm telling you, I will just do it in future, but not right now. Here, if I start, you'll never understand that. So, but it gives the difference between the two classes here. You need to wait. I'm just introducing small things here, but I'm proceeding further with a very steps approach only so that you can have a very easy way to proceed further. Okay, directly, I will never take a heavy step anywhere, right? So that one is there. Okay, so just wait here. This one is a millisecond. Milliseconds. You know, in a time, there is a hour, minute, second, and milliseconds also. You know, so these are milliseconds. So whatever is coming into your current date, suppose your system is picking any date and time now. So whatever in your present system, there's an hour and the minutes, but it never shows you seconds. No? So, but there is the second as well as a millisecond. So this one is showing you default you can see here. Okay. Okay, so we all are doing this practical. These are itself as a practicals. Directly code verifications, we are doing it here. Okay, so shall I proceed now? So we are proceeding now. So this one is one case here. Now let's take a second one here. Okay. Just wait here. Just wait, please. Suppose here, you think it. Suppose here, I'm writing any code. Let me tell you, suppose I'm writing a statement. Basic statement here I'm writing. Suppose I'm writing this one. So I'm running it. Of course, it is giving me right answers, whatever I'm writing. But see here, I'll do one mistake here. I'm just writing this. I just omit one code here. This one is there. Hello Python. It is giving me a syntax error. Certain syntax error it is giving me. it is saying that you had not written here end of line means certain double quotes you had mistaken. It means you had not written this. So what I'll do, I'll just correct it. I'm running it here. It is still say, okay, the answer is there, that is there. Now see, again, I'm making one mistake. See, I'm making one mistake here. I forget, suppose you think I forget to write closing bracket. It is giving me again syntax error. It is just giving me syntax error. Here it is saying that I had not written closing bracket. Closing bracket means here that I had not written the correct syntax. So it means somewhere syntax error is there. Okay, I find it out and I just close this code and I stopped it. It is running fine. It means there are certain syntax error. It means in the code, I'm not writing certain correct syntax. So that's why the errors are there. Suppose I'm writing here for I in suppose this one. I forget it. Something I'm writing. It is giving me certain syntax error. Syntax error means it is saying you are writing the code, but the code is not properly. Some syntactical errors are there. You need to refine those errors. Okay, I start refining it. I got it. Okay, that somewhere I'd mistaken it and I'm correcting it. The code is running fine. What is this? It means we are identifying the syntax error and I'm correcting the code, I'm running the code. But now let's see. Suppose I say J, let me take here, wait. J equals to 90. Okay. Fine. I'm doing J. Let me take one thing. K is equal to, just wait. J equals to 90. I'm taking K from user, any value, let me take it out. So here I'm going to take one value. Any value here I'm going to take it. Let's take 8. Oh, I should write a code. One more code, I should write it here. Wait here. J divided by K. I need an answer for print J divided by K. Means whatever value into the K I'm putting, that should be divided to J. Okay, let me run it. Suppose I'm giving 5. It's okay, it is giving some answer, 18, it is giving me answer. Any value, if I'm running it here, let's say 2, it is running because code is correct. There's no problem into the code. My code is running perfectly. Let me give certain more values. 9. It is okay, 90 divided by 9. So that means there is no syntax error. My code is perfect. 0. What happens here? Earlier 4 times I executed the same code. Code is not giving any error. But right now, when I used it 5th time, it is giving me error. What does it mean? Means my syntax is correct earlier. Same syntax I had executed 4 times. But what happened at 5th time? Some error it is just showing. What is the error? Syntax error is not present there. Otherwise, it should stop me the first time also. So basically, it is giving me certain zero division error. It is giving me some certain zero division error. It is not saying that this is a syntax error because syntax is correct. So zero division error, what does it mean? It means it is saying that you are dividing something with zero. So here it is saying you are dividing something with zero. It means you are taking zero as from the user and dividing this zero, this one. So you are dividing this j by zero. It means you are dividing 90 by zero, simple way. So here it is saying zero division error. It means you are saying, see, your code is correct. Your syntax is okay. There's no problem with the syntax because the same syntax has executed 4 times. But now the same syntax, the same code is throwing error. So basically what is happening, such type of error, this is not a syntax error. This type of error is known as exceptions. Exceptions are what? They are runtime errors. Runtime errors are different from syntax error. Runtime errors execute at the time of running only. There is no problem with the syntax, but the problem is with the values which we are passing. It happens a lot of time. So certain time, whenever we are writing the code is correct. There's no problem with the code. The syntax is exactly correct. But when we pass on certain values, that values start throwing certain error. We call it a runtime errors. Runtime errors are also known as technically exceptions. Exceptions means certain error happening just due to different types of values that we are passing. So these are known as the exceptions. Just like zero division error, there are certain system errors. There are certain types of errors are there. So basically what happens that exceptions are what? An exception is an event which occurs during the execution of a program that disrupt the normal flow of the instruction. Disrupt the normal flow of the instruction means here, when I'm executing this code, it stopped me in between by saying all these things. Okay, these are zero division errors. An exception is an event which occurs during the execution of a program that disrupts the normal flow of the program instructions. In general, when a Python script encounters a situation that it cannot cope up with, it raises an exception. An exception is a Python object that represents an error, but this error is a runtime error. Your code is correct. There's no problem with the code. Your syntax is exactly correct, but there are certain exceptions are there and it can happen. Now, why we do take the exceptions? Because what happened whenever we write a long code, big codes there, so there's a possibilities of exceptions that during the runtime, certain values which were being passed, they can cause a type of exceptions. So there are certain types of exceptions, just like the exception is a base class there. There is certain standard error, arithmetic error, floating point error, overflow error, zero division error. Zero division error means here that we are dividing any numbers by zero. So it causes the zero division error, that it is saying syntax is correct, but do not divide anything with zero. So arithmetic error, zero division error, certain attribute error, end of file error, and there are many errors are there. Keyboard interrupt error, key error, lookup error, index error. Okay, syntax error. This one we are not considering as the exception, but like here I can say system error, system exit, type error, value error. So these are certain type of exceptions which can happen just due to the values which we are passing. Now, there is one point. there is one point here. Can we handle such type of exceptions? Can we handle such type of exceptions? Because exceptions are coming here. Yes, there is basically a way, we call it an exception handling. Exception handling. It means the exception which is causing with certain different type of values that can be easily handled with the exceptions. So what is the reason to handle the exception? The reason to handle the exception is that my program will not close abruptly. Like the way here we are executing the program, my program is abruptly closing it here in this way. But when we handle the exception, so it means whenever we handle the runtime exception, my programs will be halted properly. My programs will be halted normally. My programs will be halted not abruptly, means they are not going to abrupt close. So they are going to close in a normal mode here. Okay, while reflecting any kind of exceptions here. So basically in Python, basically not it is in Python, in any computer science, there are other languages also, there are also exception handling, we do it. Because whenever we write any programming, certain types of values, by chance it is being passed, so they are a runtime error happen and they are going to be handled. So there are basically certain keywords are required to handle such type of exceptions basically. Such like I can say here, try except. We can handle it with a try except. Okay, let me tell you the code here. Just wait here, please. So exception handling can be done. Exception handling can be done with a try and except. These are the keywords which are going to give you the code to handle the exceptions. So we can use the try. Here we can write the executable code, which could be throwing the exceptions. And here we can write the exception handling code. And here the print statement, we can write it, which error could be thrown during this code. Okay, so that we can do that here. So here, what we can do in this case, suppose here, see, just wait, just to see this, these are the technical definitions here. An exception can be defined an unusual condition in a program resulting in the interruption in the flow of program. Whenever an exception occurs, the program stops the execution and thus the further code is not executed. Therefore, an exception is a runtime error that are unable to handle the Python script. An exception is a Python object that represents an error. So basically, we can handle the exceptions, okay, just to stop any kind of further interruption into my code. Okay, so we can handle those exceptions. So how to handle it? Suppose here, how to handle this basically. To handle the exceptions, what we can do, we can use try except. Try except. So what I can do it here, such like here, any code, whichever I am passing it here. Suppose this one, you can see it here. Here, we can write the try. These are the keywords actually. Inside the try, I can give any executable statement, whichever we need to run, and possibility of any runtime error also. So after that, I can just write except keyword again. These are the Python keywords. Python understand these keywords here. And then here I can pass on exception, that what kind of exception could be raised. So there is, suppose I'm writing here, let's take, I'm writing a code here, j divided by k. And I'm going to pass the values of k at any case. So here I know maybe if in case k values pass with 0, so it will be causing zero division error. So if it happens through the exception of zero division error. So zero division error is a predefined inside the Python. So zero division error, I'm saying if it happens that by chance I'm passing on the values of k inside this code and that is divided by 0. So kindly handle that code with what? With zero division error. Okay. So if it is there, so you can just handle that code, and here I'm writing zero division error as error. So error means here I'm making the object of this zero division error. And then here I'm writing that if it is happening, kindly print that you are making a zero division error. So what will happen that my code will not abruptly close. My code will not abruptly close. It will be closed like a normal code here, just by giving me instruction that there is a zero division error. And if it happens by chance, so what will happen? I will come to know, okay, some zero values we are passing it here. We should not pass that. So that is basically exception handling, is to make the code flow in a very normal way. The code should not stop in abrupt way. It means any program flow should be normal. The program flow should not be disrupted abruptly in between. That is the main significance of the exception handling. So here, if I'm writing a very small code, little code, I'm writing it here, just like I was saying, try, I'm just giving direct values 79 by 0, because I know that, now you'll say, I'm directly I'm making a mistake here. No, I'm just showing you that, see, if I'm writing a 79 by 0, of course, it will be throwing the zero division error. So I'm writing here except and taking that exception, zero division error, these are the predefined. As error, I'm making the object of it. And here I'm saying handling runtime error, and it will be giving me the details of this error, means zero division error. When I'm running this code here, okay, when I'm running this code here, so here it is going to give me the zero division error. So you can see, though I know that we are making the mistake here by dividing by 0, but here I'm showing you the program is not stopping me abruptly. The program is not stopping me abruptly, though it is saying that you are making the zero division error. You are making the code with divided by 0. That is not correct. It is better to give some numbers here. Okay. Suppose there is one of the name error here. So what I'm doing here, I'm just declaring here m. M is any variable, but nowhere the value of the m I had passed it. So certain time if it happens that I'm not passing out the value of any variable and I'm using that variable, I forget to give the values of that variable, but I'm using that variable. So from where it will be capturing the value. So here there's a possibility of name error. So here I'm capturing, these are again predefined errors. These are predefined exceptions. So here I'm writing try executable code except, and the possibility of exception could be happened here as object, and the print whatever error will be coming during the execution of the code. So when I'm executing this code, whenever I'm executing this code, so here it is not closing the program abruptly, just like these programs are closed abrupt, though I'd handle them. So that's why if I'd handle them, so that's why it is just showing me that your program is not abruptly closed like this one, though it is handled properly by the error itself. Okay, by the error itself here. Okay, so that's one is a try except. So these are the keyword inside the Python compiler, and they will understand these things. Now here, the same code which I had written in a very small way here, I'm just giving it an upside. Suppose here, I'm just writing, I'm taking the user input. So user is giving me separate different values. Here I'm dividing, just here I'm writing one code for dividing any value by I. So initially, if I'm giving a proper value 1, 2, 3, 4, any value I'm giving it here, there is no problem with the code. Everything is running fine. But here, if I by chance give us value 0, so 50 divided by 0, so that will be throwing the zero division error. So what I did, I just put here with certain exception that could happen in my code, that could happen into my executable code. So that one here I'm giving it. I can mention 2-3 errors that can happen in my code. So whatever code, executable code we are taking it here. So the possibility of the error, the possibility of the exceptions which could be happened, I can trace it into the different except. Just like if I'm saying here zero division error, maybe this could happen. Name error, maybe this could happen. By chance, if I'm writing one code where I'm using a code where my name is that particular variable is not defined, so that will be start throwing the name error. Maybe. So if I'm writing a long code, suppose 5-10 lines, I'm writing it here. So maybe somewhere I'm using a variable, but I had not declared the variable directly. I'm using the value. So that could be throwing a name error. So the point is here that whenever I'm writing a big codes and there's a possibility that this could be the exception, so that I can handle it randomly here into the except statement. Inside the except statement, I can handle as many as exceptions could handle into the code here. So if I'm writing it here, this one. So if I'm writing here 50 divided by 5, it is okay. There's no problem with the code here. If I'm dividing 50 divided by 2, there's no problem. It is running it here. But at the same time, if I'm dividing this by 0, here it is just giving me 0 division error. It means this exception is raised and this print is going to be done. So what has happened? Because I had handled the exception, I did the exception handling with a try except. So my the code is not closing abruptly, though it is running everything normally, and it is only one line. It is showing this is an error, but it is not throwing the error the way like here it is happening. No. So exception handling is the best way to handle any executable error if it happens in between during the program. It will never close the program abruptly, though it will show that this is the problem. It will close the program normally, and it will be showing that this could be the problem, and you can handle that. Okay, this one is there. So try inside the try all the executable statement. Inside the except, whatever possible exceptions could be, that we can handle it. Else meant here that if any of the errors are not there, everything is running fine, do print the answer. Do print the answer. If there's no error here, if I'm running the code properly, such like I'm dividing 50 divided by 0 by 4, so there's no problem. If I'm dividing by 4, so there is no 0 division error, no name error, so it will be coming into the else pass and printing the value P. Otherwise, it will be showing you the exception cases here. So remember, try except is one of the way where it is going to see the exception handling. Okay, like here you can see, okay, so this is one way, like try except, you can check it out. Now suppose here this is the same one, like here directly also you can take it here, directly here also, this will also work here. Like here try, here I'm just giving it any number, any executable code, except, and here directly I'm printing that if any error in between happens now, so you can just write print and an error occurred, that also you can write it here. But it is better you can give here what type of error could be generated, just like I'm saying 0 division error or any error. But this is also possible here in this way. Okay, so remember, try except is the code for the exception handling. Now else is going to be used if there is no error, that is okay, it is going to execute it. Nothing for the exception is there, it is okay. Now see here, one more thing. Suppose, wait, certain time what happens now? Suppose I'm using a try except. Okay, whatever code you are writing it here, let it be. If it is running fine, then it is okay. And inside the except, if any error is there, you can just give it, or you can write a print statement that would be executed. Okay. Into the else part, I had told you, if there is no exception, it will directly execute the code, and whatever print statements are written inside the exception, that is inside the else, that is going to be printed. Done. Now, there is one more keyword. It means that particular keyword is going to be executed 100% every time. 100% every time. Means if this code is creating a problem in runtime, so except is going to work. Or if this code is not creating any errors or exceptions, so else is going to work. Got the point? But there is one more keyword inside the Python here in exception handling that is going to be executed 100%. Whether exception is there or not. But the code is going to be 100% executed. That code should be written inside the finally. Any code, whichever we had mentioned into the finally, that is going to be executed 100%. Whether your executable code is throwing the exceptions or not. So finally is going to be executed 100%. Now you see this case, suppose I had written any program. I'm just printing here 0, 1, 2. 0, 1, 2 means here, just show me the values of 0, 1, 2 index into the list. So here, just wait. If I'm running this code, there's no problem into the code. Everything is running fine. It is taking all the values of 0, 1, 2. So 10, 20, and 30, it is going to take it. So here it is going to come, just print all these things coming into the else, print hello, it is there. You can see here finally is going to be executed, print end of the program. This code is going to be executed 100%. It is going to be executed here. Okay. Yes, 100% code is going to be executed there. Yeah. But one thing is there. Suppose when this exception is going to be executed out of range, by chance I had written, can you see? 0, 1, 2 index is there. And I had written here, just show me fifth index. So 0, 1, 2 is there. I am looking fifth index here. So here it is saying that we had find out 0, that is 10. We had find out 1, which is 20. So 0 and 1, we had find it out. But what is this A5? There is nothing A5 here. So here, this exception is raised out of range. So here it is giving you that exception is raised, that your code is creating a problem here. We are not able to find out the fifth index. So out of range is there, but still end of the program is executed. It means your finally clause is executed. Finally clause is going to be executed 100%. Whether your code is creating the exceptions or not. Here it is creating exceptions, still your finally is giving you end of the program. And earlier, when there is no problem, this one out of the range here, end of the program, so still end of the program. The point is here, when I'm writing this, so else is coming and finally is being printed here. And when I'm writing here 5, so exception is being raised here and end of the program is executed. Finally, clause is always going to be executed 100%. 100%. Remember this point. Okay. So basically, these are the very simplest thing I told you regarding to any exception handling. These are the very simple things. Okay, so that is there. Else is going to be work when there is no exception. Whenever there is no exception, so else part is going to work. If I'm running this code, I'm running this code in front of you. So there is no problem into the code here. So here, 0 value like 0, 1, 2. So 0 value is what? 10. So 10 is being printed. 1 value is what? 20. 20 is being printed. Second value is what? 30. 30 is being printed. So there is no problem. So this is not going to work in any case. There's no problem into the code. So it is going to come into the else part, print hello. So hello is being printed. But at the same time, if I'm going to take any exception, suppose here I say, like here I'm just giving, show me the eighth index. Show me the eighth index of this list here. Okay, let's see. So here, show me the eighth index of this list here. So 0, 1, 2. So 0, it will be showing 10, 1, it will be showing 20. So 10 and 20s are there. And if I'm running it here, wait. So when I'm running this code here, A8. So this is exception. Nowhere 8th is there. Where is the 8th one? Nothing is there. So here, else will not work. Hello will not come. Exception will be raised out of range. But finally will be printed. Else is going to work when there is no exception. Exception is going to work when there is a runtime error. Finally is going to be printed every time 100%, whether there is an exception or not. So you should need to understand that how to do the exception handling. See, basically, when we write a long code now, generally what happens, you should have a conceptual understanding. Whenever in development, we do write a long code, we write a very long code there. So we do handle this exception handling. There we do in a very larger scale, all these. Okay, so that one we need to do that. Yeah, Shravan, in this way also, base exception, we can take that. Yeah. Direct exceptions, we can take it. Exception handling will not interrupt the flow of execution. Direct exception base class, we can take that in that case. Okay, so in this way, so certain time we use it. Okay, so these are the very basic things. Is it all clear now that how to use the exception handling? Actually, conceptual understandings for small things, you should know that. Zero division error could be given when you are dividing the things by 0. Okay. Okay, these are very simple and basic things I'm telling you. Okay, fine. So these are about the exception handling. Okay, now just wait. Just wait for a moment, student, please. Just wait, please. Wait. Let me check it out. Few things. Wait here. Just wait. Okay. Okay. As like fine. Now see, yesterday we were learning about the OOPS concept. There we have seen certain things just like OOPS concept or any class concept. No? That gives the safety, security, modularity, encapsulation, means protection to our data. There is one more major property of OOPS concept is inheritance. Inheritance is a concept which is derived from inherited properties. Inherited properties means if I say, suppose grandfather is there. So father is inheriting properties from grandfather and son is inheriting properties from father. So these are an arrangement of inheritance. So basically what happens, there is a concept of inheritance in OOPS also. Anyway, in computer science, there's so many languages, they all derive with the inheritance concept in OOPS terminology. Inheritance means if I had created a one class, suppose this is a one class A. So I can drag all the properties of this class A into class B. Now, what's the benefit of inheritance? Basically, inheritance we are taking for the code reusability. Okay. Code reusability. So code reusability means that we are inheriting the written code. I'm not rewriting the code multiple times. So whatever class I had created, I'm just going to inherit that class into the another classes, and there I'm going to use the code reusability. Okay. So that one is the code reusability concept here. So that one is known as the inheritance. One class is derived into the another one here. So let's take there's a concept of inheritance, and there are certain types of inheritance. Okay. Let's take it out how. See, when we talk about the inheritance, there are certain types of inheritance. The basic type of inheritance is single inheritance. This one's a normal inheritance. Multi-level inheritance. And multiple inheritance. Okay, there's one more hierarchical also. Let me tell you first easy, then I'll come to that one. Single inheritance means you are going to drag a code. Suppose here I say, suppose class A is there. I had written entire code inside the class A. Some functions I had written inside the class A. I can reuse them into the class B. So there's a proper syntax of calling the classes. I'll be showing it later on. So this one is a single inheritance. I'm dragging all the properties of class A into class B. This one is a single inheritance. Come to the multi-level inheritance. In multi-level inheritance, class A is there. The properties of class A is being dragged into class B, and the properties of class B's are dragged into class C. It is just like similar. If grandfather is there, if class A is a grandfather, so the grandfather class is derived into father class, and father class is derived into son class. This is a multi-level inheritance. Okay. Then there is another inheritance, multiple inheritance. Multiple inheritance means, suppose I say class A and I'm having a class B. So all these classes are being dragged into class C. So these are the ways of inheritance. Multiple means multi-classes are there into single class. So multiple. So this one is a single inheritance. This was a normal inheritance. I can say it here. Multi-level inheritance, where multi-levels are there into the inheritance. Multiple inheritance, and one more is the hierarchical. So let me tell you the very simple one, how I can create it. I'm taking a very simple examples here. You can see here Python inheritance. Python inheritance is an important aspect of object-oriented paradigm. Inheritance provide code reusability to the program because we can use existing classes to create a new class instead of creating from scratch. Why I'm calling it? Because inheritance is basically code reusability, right? Code reusing means, suppose I'm writing 30 lines in a class. And again, in the second class, I need a similar line. So why to write again 30 lines? Why not to use the class A, which I had created previously? So I will be calling that class A into class B, already 30 lines which I had written. I will be using those 30 lines into class B. And next extra line, I can add it into the class B. So that is basically code reusability. And side by side, we are saving the memories also. More and more memory saving means my computer is fast. So here in inheritance, the child class acquire the properties and can access all the data members and functions defined into the parent class here. So what does it mean? Let me tell you here. Suppose this one is a base class here. Base class, I can call this class as the parent class also. Base class is there. Wait here, let me take the code. This one is a base class here. This one I can call it a parent class here. I can drag out this parent class into the child class, because child inherits properties of parents. So this one is a base class, this one is a derived class. So remember technicalities. Base class is the parent class, child class is the derived class. So derived class inherits all the properties of the base class here. So let me build up a very small class, layman class I had built up here, just like class bird. So you can see here, I built up a class bird here. Class bird here. Class bird is basically a base class I had created. And speak is one of the method I had created. Speak is one of the method I had created inside the bird class. Done. Then I want to inherit a class sparrow, because of course sparrow belongs to the species of a bird. So sparrow, and here I'm I had used one of the method chirp because sparrow chirp. So here, this method I had written it here. So here I just written bird speaking, and here I'm just writing sparrows chirping. Does not matter, whatever print statement you can put it, that is your choice. So here I'm just inheriting. It means sparrow is a derived class which is inheriting the base class of bird. So here I'm just writing, see, class bird, I declared a base class, and then here I'm declaring class sparrow, and I am declaring the chirp method. But one more thing, how I am inheriting the bird class in sparrow just by adding that one in the parameter. So when I am defining this class sparrow, so here I just call the bird. So basically, when I had written here class sparrow, so here I need, because here I built up class bird. So this class bird I need to inherit. So this one is there. Okay, so in this way I can inherit, just I need to call it here. So you need to drag out this base class name into the derived class. This you need to do. Done. And another method you can define. So what will happen? All the methods present inside the base class will be available here also. So if I return here speak method, so this will be available here also. So I had added one more method, chirp method here added. So it means the sparrow has chirp method also, and it has a speak method also, because it has inherited it here. So I did it here, def chirp, okay. So chirp method, its own method, and speak method it can take from bird base class. So now I had created the instance of sparrow. So this sparrow instance, I am creating it here. Sparrow, and here I'm just creating SP. SP is the instance. So this SP is an object of sparrow. So sparrow can called chirp method, and sparrow can called speak method also, because it inherits this bird, it inherits the base class. So I'm writing the sp.chirp and sp.speak, and though speak method is present here in the base class. So the benefit of making the inheritance is we can take all the properties of the base class into the derived class. So I'm doing the code reusability. Code reusability, we can do it here. Okay. Okay, so that one is there. So this one is clear here. Now, this one is a simple inheritance, I'm telling you. Now let's go to multi-level inheritance. Multi-level inheritance means one class can call another class. So it means multi-level inheritance is possible in Python like any other object programming. Multi-level inheritance is archived when derived class inherits another derived class. It means suppose this one is a base class. So this one is a derived class. So I can call it a derived class 1. And this one is also derived class 2. So I can call it just like the grandfather as a base class. So this one is the father class and this one is the son class. All are inheriting each other. Father is being inherited by father and son is inheriting the father. All the properties and the attributes of grandfather is being inherited by the father, and all the properties and the attributes of father is being inherited by son also. So that one is there. So here I'm going to call it. So you can see what is the syntax here. How I can call one class into the another here. So first I need to declare the class, just like I declared a class here, class, base class, whatever name of the base class I had written, entire code for the base class, then class, this class I have to derive. So class derived one class. So here this base class is going to be derived, base class, whatever name we had given it here. Then entire code, then again class derived two, and here I need to derive this particular class. So derived two, I need to derive it here. So one class into the another, we need to derive it. So this is a basic syntax, general syntax we need to write in an additional code we can write it here. So this one is a multi-level inheritance. Now, see this code. See this one. Class grandfather I created. Inside it, I had written one of the methods speak. Grandfather speaking. Then I had created a father class. And I had passed this grandfather inside the father. I had used a sleep method. So methods are different. Here is speak method, here is sleep method. Then I had written a child class. And inside child class, I had passed the father. Here, eat method. So different methods I'm using in different classes. So the point is here that if I'm using here, see, class, grandfather. So here, speak method is there. Then I'm writing here class, father. So inside father class, I'm just passing out the grandfather. And here I'm using a sleep method. Then class, child. And here I'm going to use this method, father. I'm just going to drag out the F class here. And then here, eat method. This I'm going to use that. So you can see here, 3 different methods are there: speak, sleep, and eat. So the same I'm doing it here. Grandfather is being called into the father, and father is being called into the child class. Speak, sleep, and eat method are there. Now, because child has everything, all the inheritance, so now I can make the instance of the child C, then I get here I can C dot eat, C dot sleep, C dot speak. It means child has the power to take all the methods here. So it is taking, I'm just creating the child instance here, C dot speak, C dot sleep, C dot eat. So child has the power to inherit all the properties. This is a case of multi-level inheritance. Python supports all type of inheritance. All type of inheritance are there. That's why I'm able to write every type of inheritance. Okay, so that is that. Okay, so these 2 things are clear, that how the basic inheritance work here. This was a normal inheritance, and how the multi-level inheritance is working. Up to here, 2 things are clear to you. Just you can raise hand, that's all. Up to here, 2 things are clear to you, na? How simple inheritance we can build up. Okay. Okay, fine. So simple inheritance, multi-level inheritance. Now, so it means now what is happening in Python, it is the same things are working in the backend. There are lakhs of modules, classes that they are all being inherited from one another. So actually code reusability is being done. Okay. Once the values are once one class is written now, so the maximum usage of this class is being done. Okay, so that we can do the code reuse there, that we can do that. All these things are in real time, they are helping. In future, we are working with so many classes, there are so many modules, there are so many classes we are going to use. So internally, everything is being used and we are going to use them. These concepts are being used underlying of Python Anaconda. It is there. It is there. Now let's go ahead with the multiple inheritance. Multiple means multiple classes are being built up and they are being used inside the derived class here. So here it means base class 1, base class 2, and here derived class. This is there. So here we are having base class 1, base class 2, and base class 3. Okay, so we can call all these classes at once. These are multiple. Multiple means 1, 2, 3. So multiple classes I'm going to call, multiple base classes I can make, and I can call this one into the derived class. So that one is here. Here I can say, suppose I just created one of the class as, suppose I want to make a simple calculator. Let me tell you, I want to make a simple calculator here. So one of the base class I'm just going to create as the calculation 1. On the class I'm going to create as the calculation 2. Simple 2 classes I'm going to take it. Here I'm writing sum function. Here I'm writing multiplication function. Multiplication function. Done. Then the third derived class I'm going to create it. Just to forget, suppose this one. Just the third derived classes I'm going to take it, where it is going to take sum and multiplication. So sum it is getting from calculation 1. Multiplication it is getting from calculation 2. So sum and multiplication it will be having it. And derived class has own method, third method, which is divide. So sum it is taken from calculation 1, multiplication it is taken from calculation 2 class, and divide is one more method inside this derived class. So I can use 3 methods, okay, just by multiple inheritance. Multiple inheritance, multiple. Okay. So here you can come and here you can see I just created 3 basic classes. Calculation 1, calculation 2, these are the 2 base class. Okay. Calc 1, Calc 2, calculation 1 and calculation 2 are 2 base class, and I'm just calling them all in derived class. I'm going to call them all in derived class. So here I'm just calling this calculation 1 and calculation 2 here. Here in calculation 1, I'm going to use a plus b. In calculation 2, I'm going to do a multiply b, means multiplication function I had written it here, a separate function I had written. So in one is I'm having a plus b, here I'm having a multiply b. So sum and calculation I'm going to do from here. And third one, division, I'm going to take it from here. So here it is having a plus b, here it is having a multiply b, and here it is having a divided by. So if I'm making the this instance of this derived class, I can call all, I can call this divide function also, I can call sum function, I can call multiplication. The same I did it here. So I created an instance of derived. So I'm just calling d dot summation. So d dot summation is going to call which one? This one. D dot multiplication, it is going to call this one. D dot divide is going to call this one. So this one is derived class. Up to here clear? Up to here clear? You can raise hands only. Some method is being called from class 1, calculation 1, calculation 1. Okay, calculation 1 is having a sum. And multiply it is going to take it from calculation 2. Is it clear now? Okay, so these are multiple inheritance. Okay. So simple inheritance, multi-level inheritance, multiple inheritance. 3 inheritance done. Just wait, one more thing. Let me check it out. One more thing. Wait. Okay. There's one more hierarchical. It means base class is there and that is being dragged out to derived 1 or derived 2. Derived 2. So just like if in a simple way I say, suppose parent is there. So sibling 1 means sibling or child, you can say sibling 1 or sibling 2 in this way. Or you can say in a simple way, child 1 or child 2 in a simplest way I'm just telling. So this was a hierarchical. So here above I just created a bird class, if you remember. I created a bird class. So base class I had created a bird. So one of the class I had created into the derived, that one is a sparrow. Because of course sparrow is a bird now. So here I can create another one, peacock. Peacock is another bird now. So here sparrow is also taking bird as an inheritance. Peacock is also going to take a bird. Both are inheriting bird. No, they are a bird species. So I'm taking that one. So like above, if you see, now you see this code again. Bird is a base class and sparrow is inheriting the bird class. So this one's a normal inheritance, but at the same time, see this one, bird class is being inherited by the peacock also. Got the method? So when peacock method is also taking it here, so I'm going to make the instance of peacock. So peacock.chair, peacock.speak, it means peacock can take Suppose chirp method is inside the peacock also. So peacock can take this chirp method. Peacock can take speak method also. Means whatever functionality is present inside this peacock, it will capture that also. Whatever functionalities into the base class in bird, that will be also captured by the peacock instance. So this one is basically base class here. Just wait here. Just wait here. So this one is a hierarchical. Here I had just created multi-level inheritance. Just wait here, please wait. Two classes I had created, which are basically considered as the base 1 or base 2 in a generalized way. Here I'm having a calculation 1, another one is a calculation 2. Okay, both are the base classes. And then I created one more class in multi-level inheritance. Which one is the third class? Which one is the derived class? Inside the derived class, it is going to take all the methods of calculation 1 and calculation 2. So some method is present here in calculation 1. Multiply method is present inside the calculation 2. So some method inside calculation 1, multiplication method in calculation 2 here. And here in derived, divide method is present here. Then I'm just creating d is equal to derived. And now here I can call d dot divide, d dot sum, d dot multiplication by providing certain values. Okay, so that is there. Point 0.5 is coming from the division. 10 divided by 20. 10 divided by 20 when you are making this one. So this one is being called, so it is just returning 0.5. No. Here we need to build up different methods. In base classes now, when we are taking a, okay, I got it. Whenever we are taking a multiple inheritance now, so my method would be different. Then only it makes some sense. Then only it will be making some sense. Different methods are being called here. Okay. Here, see in this one now, you cannot call it as a single inheritance here. This one is a hierarchical inheritance. You know why we are calling it a hierarchical inheritance? We are calling it a hierarchical inheritance when this is a, suppose this one is a base class and two classes are deriving it here. Which two classes? They are deriving it here, one as the sparrow and another one as the peacock. Both are deriving it. So this one is also deriving the bird and this one is also deriving the bird. So that's why we call it a hierarchical. You cannot say it as a single. Two classes are deriving the same class. So that's one, it is just saying it as the hierarchical actually. Up to here, everything is clear, students, now? Everything is clear? Are you getting how the inheritances are working? Okay. Now you see here, there is one more, method overriding. Method overriding means, this is one of the concept. Method overriding means, just wait. Method overriding means if two classes are inherited and both classes are having the same method, so the derived class method is being called. Until and unless we are not creating an instance of base class, so we cannot call it. So here you can see, just I had created a class animal, any class you can build up. I just created speak as a method, and I just created one more derived class, and I'm calling that animal. So here also speak. So both of the classes are having the same method, but internal implementation is different. Here I'm writing speaking, here I'm writing barking, does not matter. But I'm saying if I'm having two same methods in derived class, one in base class, one in derived class. So if I'm making the instance, of this derived class, I'm making the instance of this derived class. Okay, so here I'm just calling d.speak. So it is going to call its own instance only. It is going to call its own method here. Means it here it is going to call it self method. It is not going to call above. Above is going to call when I'm going to make a is equal to animal, and then here I'm writing a.speak, then only it is going to call me this above method. So basically this one is a method overriding, that whenever two classes are having the same method, so we have to create separate instances for that classes, then only we can call a particular method here. Okay, then only I can call it here. So it means if I want to call that, so either I should create a is equal to animal, then I can call a.speak. If I write it now, then only this speaking will be called. But here I just created d is equal to dog and the d.speak. So here it is going to call this one only. Above it will not call in any case. Then. Okay, that is there. So in this, but this is known as a method overriding also. Now there is one thing here, data abstraction. Data abstraction is one of the concept here. Listen carefully. Data abstraction is one of the concept that whenever I want to hide anything inside the class, simply I will be giving that with underscore. So any attribute which I want to hide with the externals, so I can just give it with the underscore. So this will be hidden. This will not be captured. So if I'm writing here count is equal to 0 and I want to print that, okay. So here I can just trace it. See here, print emp. See, if I'm writing this count with underscore. Okay, and here directly I want to fetch that emp.count. Direct I want to fetch that emp count method here inside this class. Okay, I cannot fetch it out because this is a data abstraction. Data abstraction in object-oriented programming says that any variable which we are giving with double underscore as a prefix to the attribute, that will be hidden. So if I'm writing here, I had created a class employee emp as an instance. Then inside emp.__ count, I am giving it here. So it will throw the error that this one is the attribute error. It means it will say there is no count attribute. There's nothing count because class will not able to see this count here. So if I want to hide it, simply I can give it here. Because I know my code will throw an error. So here I can write attribute error. So here attribute error, here it can say your employee object has no attribute count. So anything which I'm writing with a double underscore prefix cannot see outside. So here it is just showing me that you do not have direct access to count if you want to see it. At the same time, if I want to call this display method emp.display, here I can see that count. It means with the inside the method, I can see that count attribute. Yes, I can see that, but direct I cannot see that. So here I'm accessing it directly. I cannot see that. It will be raising the attribute error. So I had handled it, but I'm saying kindly show me the value of EMP count only in finally clause. So in finally, it is going to show me the number of employees is 1, which is going to add here 1. So what happens as soon as this class is going to be executed, what happens? It will come that count is not going to be shown publicly. It creates the instance. So as soon as the instance is being created, in the back end. In the back end, this employee.count plus 1. So what is happening? This count is incremented by 1. So what happened? The count value is incremented by 1. It means 0 plus 1 is 1. So count increment is sent to 1. And here it is going to take out that 1 value. So if I want to see the count value, I can access it with emp.display. I can see there. Yes, I can see the value of count as a 1. But direct, if you want to access this count, no, I cannot see that. Okay, so print emp.count. So here it is, I cannot see that here. So except attribute error, I know that if I want to see the count directly, it will throw me the error. So I had taken the exception handling here. I know attribute error can cause because I'm not able to see the count here. So I had written except attribute error. And here I'm just saying employee object has no attribute count. This error could be there. But inside the finally clause, I had given that whenever you are closing the program, kindly show me the count value and call this function. So here it is going to call it. Finally clause is going to execute that particular function 100% whether my error is there or not. This is one. Another way here, I'm going to show you that if I do not know that what could be the errors. Certain time I don't know what could be the errors, so I can write the same code, but here in except instead of attribute error, directly I can give the base class. Directly exception I can give it means maybe this code can give certain exception. It will show that it cannot be accessed in any case. So here it can raise the exception. So here directly exception base class I can give it. Okay, so here it will throw the error. It will say certain exceptions are present inside it. Finally clause will always 100% executed whether the code is having a problem or not. So display method is going to call it here 100% and it is going to show you the count value 1. Why? Because as soon as we are creating the instance of employee class here, automatically constructor will be invoked. Here EMP will be gone and here count value will be 0 will be captured and 0 plus 1 automatically it is going to do, and here the employee count will be 1. So this value will be dragged out here as a 1. Whenever employee.display I'm going to give it, so here it is going to give the value of 1. So employee number of employees 1. So remember that how I'm using the exception handling also during the code here. And if I'm not handling anything, see here, student, in this code, I'm not handling anything. I'm not doing any exception handling here. I'm not doing anything here. So here you can see class employee is there. Here, I'm just giving try. I'm not giving except, nothing I'm doing it. Finally, only I'm giving it here. So it means I had not handled the code properly. So what is happening? Abrupt closing is there. It means still, finally clause is working 100% in try, but I had not done except. So though this code is 100% executing, but still stopping abruptly because I had not did proper exception handling. This is a way of working with a exception handling here. Yes, count is considered to be the class variable. Up to here, stay student, though I can understand little bit complexity, you can feel it here, but does not matter. You can revise the video and you can see it here. But in this way, we can just do this codes here. Okay. Fine. Okay. So this one is entirely with a inheritance. Means see, everything you are not going to do. When you are practicing yourself now, it does not mean every code you are writing, whatever I'm writing. But yes, you need to watch out the video and you can just understand the principal concept. Conceptual understanding you need to build up. Please do these things here. Okay. Now, here, there's one of the important concept into the Python. That one is regular expression. Regular expression means we can take any textual string and start matching out the pattern. I am just matching. If I'm having a string, I'm just starting matching something inside that string. That one is a regular expression. Certain time we call regex also. Regular expression, regex. Regular expressions are known as a regex as a powerful tool for pattern matching and text manipulation. They provide a concise and a flexible way to search, extract, manipulate string of text based on specific patterns. So basically, when we talk about regular expressions, there are basic functionalities inside the regular expression. That one is find all, search, split, and sub. So let me tell you how they will work. Find all will return a list of containing all the matches. If I'm giving any text, it is going to give me all the matching patterns inside a list. It will be giving me. Search pattern, it is going to give me that where the particular string is matched, that particular index it is going to give me. Split method, that it is going to split from the spaces. If I'm giving that, kindly split the particular sentence wherever the spaces are there, or any particular character I'm giving, from there it is going to split it, and sub is going to replace any particular value. So it's super easy right now. It's very easy. How to use the regular expression here? So here I'm going to use the re, R-E. If I want to use the regular expression, I'm going to import a module re, R-E. So if you write there, import R-E, import R-E. So there you can see it here. So you can see here, so how I'm going to use that. Suppose I want to use find all. So I want to see here, I'm going to call import re. So student, you have to call this one. This one is available inside the Python import re. So all the regular expressions will be available in Jupyter. Suppose here I'm writing a text here. Data science is a stream and it is a part of AI. You can solve many complex problems in data science. Means a long sentence here I'm writing. I want to find out a pattern of data science. Here I'm saying, kindly find data science. Are you able to find out data science? So here simply I will write here regular expression, this one, dot find all method. Kindly start finding it out pattern. Pattern means start finding it out data science in this particular text. In this particular sentence, start finding it out this pattern. What? Data science. Regular expression, find all method, start finding it out the pattern data science inside this entire sentence. So this matches is going to give you, it will return you all the matches. So here it is saying, yes, we are able to find out 2 times data signs. One is here and one is here. So find all is going to find out all the pattern which is similar inside the particular sentence that is there. Now see here, suppose you can see here, I am giving one of the pattern here, D plus. What does it mean? It means wherever you are finding it out digit, give it to me. I am giving you a sentence, try to find out digits, as many as digits. D stands for digit, plus means as many as digits are there. You give it to me. So this code finds all the sequence of digit within the text. So suppose here I'm saying pattern, I'm giving this pattern. Inside the pattern, please find out /D plus. It means find out all the digits. So here I'm giving, there are 123 apples and 456 orange. So it means this one is digits, this one is digits. So we are asking it just to find it out. So how it, I'm saying regular expression dot find out pattern, it means start finding it out all the digits in above sentence. So here it is giving into the matches. This one is the return string it is saying, yeah, we are able to find out 123 and 456 digits are, yes, present in your sentences. Get the point here? In a similar way, if I'm giving you here also, you can see here, apple cost ₹50. So this one is a digit here, 60 is here, and 150 is here. So what I did here, I'm just creating one list. This one is one element of the list. This one is another element of the list. This one is a third. It means 3 items inside the list. I'm iterating this one inside the for loop. For loop will start looking each and every element and start finding it out digits. So once it is rotated, so 50 is being gathered. So it is saying, yeah, 50 is there. Then second time, this particular string, this particular element is rotated inside this for loop. So it has find out 60. So 60 is there. And at the last, it is going to find out 150. So here it is extracting the digits from the list of strings. So basically, regular expression is going to find out the patterns inside the given textual data. Now let's see the search method. Search is going to search that where the particular string is present, in what is the index number from where it starts. Suppose here I'm saying India, China, USA, whatever country name I'm giving it here. I'm saying regular expression dot search France inside the particular test. Inside the particular sentence, find out France. So it is saying none. None means I'm not able to find out where the France is. It is not able to find it out. Done. Because there is not, if I write here France, so there it will give me that where the France is located at which location. But here I'm just giving you, suppose I just created a list here. So this one is list. So this is first component. This one is second component. You can see the comma separations. Third component, fourth component, and 5. It means 5 elements are there. I'm just iterating the entire list inside this particular for loop and asking, just start searching regular expression, search banana. Search banana inside this messages. So this message will come here. It will start looking the first element and start searching out the banana. So here, because there are 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 elements are there with comma separations inside the list. So here, say here, there are 5 now. So it means it is looking for banana. Banana. You know, this capital B, it is a case sensitive. So that's why it is not capturing. Can you see here it is saying none, none. So into the first sentence, banana, it is not getting. Inside the first sentence, banana, it is not getting because capital B is there. So it is crossing it. Here it is not banana, but here it is finding it out banana. Here also it is finding it out banana. Here none, none. So here none. So here in these two, it is matching it out, banana. Where? Here and here into third and fourth. In 3 and 4th line, it is going to match it out. So here it is saying, yeah, we are able to find out banana object from where to where, 11 to 17. 11 to 17 means here it is counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 17. Just it is counting all the spaces, everything. And then from here it is saying 11 to 17. I'm going to find out banana inside the third sentence. And inside this sentence, I'm able to find out 64th position to 70th position banana is present. These words are there. So here, search is going to find out the particular matching character with index. Okay. Here also, it is going to show you. I'm taking 5 more minutes, please. 5 more minutes. If this is message here, I'm saying kindly start searching. Now here I'm showing you certain patterns actually. What is there? Please just wait. Here, some extra words I had given. I'm saying, see student, if I'm giving this character, na, it means start. Let's start searching. If I'm giving this pattern inside the regular expression, it means start searching from beginning. If I'm giving this sign, it means end. It means start searching from the beginning. Beginning is this and moves up to the last word, which is great, up to here. Means this represent beginning, this represent end. These are the character for the pattern matching. So here I'm saying this product is really great. I'm saying class start searching that inside this message one, okay, are you able to find out the word this? In between, there could be any character, and at the end grade. What I'm saying, that go to this sentence and start looking that inside this sentence, the starting word is this, the ending word is great, just to find it out whether the starting word is this and the ending word is great, just to check it out. And in between, there could be many characters. So it means it is saying, just to start finding it out, the starting character should be this, ending word should be great, and in between it could be anything inside it. Are you able to find it out? So here it is saying, search method is saying, yes, we are able to find it out. THIS is present from the 0th location. We are able to find it out. And we had also find out great word, which is at the 28th position. From here, great word is there. So we are able to find out matching is present inside it. So this one is a search inside the regular expression. Okay, there's a split method also. These are the last two only. Then I'm making the class terminate over. Split means here, student, just to see this sentence, you can get the spaces. Can you see here? India is a beautiful. So the point is here that can you see the spaces in between? Just check out the spaces. This is a space. This is a space. This is a space. We can represent this space in this way. These are the space representation. These are the space representation. So there is a split method inside the regular. So if I write read.split, kindly split the entire text. Split the entire sentence wherever you are finding it out the space. So we are saying wherever the spaces are there in between, you start splitting those sentences from there and put them into the list. So here, India, then space is there. So India has been captured inside the list. Then space is there. So from there, it broke out and has been captured. Then space is there. Broke out, it has been captured A. Then space is there. Then beautiful. So wherever it is finding it out space, from there it broke that word and put them into the list. So this one is a regular expression dot split method. Okay, so that one is there. And here there is one more option we had given it here, that this, remember this stands for space, that wherever you are finding it out space, you break the word from there and put it into the words. Here I'm just giving, just split the entire word, and wherever the spaces are there, start putting that one into the spaces. And one more thing here I'm saying that one more thing, third position also I'm giving this, start splitting by position. So here I'm saying, do one thing, as soon as you are finding it out first space, how is this possible? What does it mean? We are saying that wherever you are finding it out, the first space, from there you are going to split it. So where is the first space? Where is the first space? This is the first space. This is the second space. This is the third space. So here we are saying, kindly split wherever the spaces are there inside this variable, this how is this possible, from where you are getting the first space. So this one is the first space. So as soon as this first space is there, kindly take it and make it as one element. So here, after how the first space is met, and from here, the entire text is being captured. That one is because from the very first space, you can capture the element and put them into the list. So this one is a split, and the last one is this one. Last one is replace method. Replace method means you can change the text with the destination. Means yeah, whatever new character you are going to give it, that could be replaced. Very simple, very simple. Here I'm saying, see it carefully now. Student, can you see the spaces here? These are the spaces now. Space, 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 space. Re.sub is going to make the spaces. So here we are saying wherever spaces are there, just to find out the spaces, kindly replace those spaces with is equal to inside the variable, whatever variable is there. So student, wherever space is there, that is replaced by is equal to. Done. So you see here, just to see here, this function. So here space is there, so this is replaced by the 4 equals to. Then this is there, so 4 equals to are there. Then this is there, 4 equals to are there. It means wherever spaces you are getting, there 4 equals to are replaced. Means spaces are replaced with equals to. Here, rupees is replaced with dollars. So sub, regular expression dot sub is going to replace the old value with a newer value, and it is done. So re.sub, kindly change the rupees with dollars into this particular text. So here, the item cost is $2,500. Done. That's all for today. Thank you very much. Though, thank for your patience, student, today. Though, see, this regular expression is a basically wide topic. But here I've just introduced you that what is the regular expression. Rest of the things are being taken care by. In future, you can read it. Thank you for today. Thank you. Replace method is where? Sub method is just to replace the things, basically. Replace method is used to replace the older values. We call it a sub method here. Certain time we need to replace, suppose there is a long text, we need to replace with another value. Suppose here I had written rupees, I want to change it with $sign. So here I'm going to use the replace method. Okay. So rest of there are so many things in regular expression that will be taken care during the internship. Not here, but here I had introduced you. So today my Python part is over. My Python, these are the basics, very, very simple basics of the Python I had taken. So my Python part is over. Okay, next time I'm going to take the NumPy. Okay. Python part is over. Python is a very basic part. I had just finished today. This is over. This is over. See, you have to watch out this video. You have to watch out this video. And rest of the things, you can find it out in notes and resources repository in LMS in Learn section. In LMS, there is a Learn section. You can find out notes and resources repository. Everything is present there, and practice assignment repository. You can just practice for yourself. Okay, thank you for today. Thank you. Yeah. From Python onwards, everything I'm going to take up to machine learning. Yeah. These things, if you have to write on your own, just to maintain your self documents. You have to watch out the video. You have to write the commands on your own so that you can practice them. Okay. Thank you. Thank you.